You know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about on when I'm streamlining my focus. Let's get this out the way right up front. I'm not talking about trauma, suppressing anything. What I'm talking about is compartmentalizing different areas of my life. So, in other words, work being separate from home, being separate from other endeavors that I'm doing. That way, when I put something down, whenever I come back to it, then I come back to it. So it allow me to move on to the next thing without letting stuff get all convoluted and flooded with emotions and frustration and stress. Because in my life, on the different things that I'm doing, they have nothing to do with the other. So stressful day at work shouldn't translate over to me being stressed and either doing these videos or the other endeavors that I'm doing, because they're separate things. And that's one of the ways that I'm able to effectively manage the stress. So in other words, when I go back to work, we pick that up as another day. You going in there, another attitude, because that day hadn't happened yet. And if need be, you need to pick up where you left off, whatever the case may be. Same thing with my goals. This stuff can't have lines blurred, or it'll be harder for me to accomplish tasks, because it'll just be like one big workload. One big workload. And the bad thing about that is not everything carries weight evenly. None of this has anything to do with my home life, being a husband, father. That stuff is different. Think about it. If I allow those lines to blur and all of those different things, whatever is like at the end of my day, it'll get the worst of me, because I'll be beat up from everything that I've done. If I don't know how to effectively change gears and put on another hat, to say, to be, you want to put a metaphor on it, put on another hat to deal with each new task that comes up day to day. That's my take up on it. That's one of the ways that I'm able to maintain my focus. So I can dedicate a new way of thinking to whatever it is that I essentially pick up for that day. That's the way that I'm able to move on. And giving you an example, doing my videos, when I'm done doing my vocation during the day, or whatever the case may be. When it's fun time, when it's recreational time up for me, I can't let all that stuff stack up, because at that point then it's becoming stressful. So this allows me to keep goals in place, reassess where I'm at for that day, so I can have some stick-to-itness on the things that I set in place that I want to get accomplished, and be realistic up with myself. This is how I keep my focus streamlined, and not just piling on more, taking on other duties that I know would cause a spillage or overflow in the other areas of my life, to have me behind in different ways, and thus just have this as just one big mess. So in order for me to keep doing what I'm doing, I have to have a clean break in between each part of my day. That's how I keep my focus streamlined, so I'm able to accomplish my tasks daily. Not beat up on myself. Be realistic. Not being afraid to have to readjust if something does come up. Something comes up in my day, and I'm just like, okay, I'm readjusting mentally on what needs to be done. Okay, what can I do? And I'm not afraid as well if perhaps I set that bar too high for me to do something on one particular day, saying, okay, all right, this is going to be the breaking point where I'll stop here, and I'll continue this if time allows it for the next day. I'll pick up. So I'm separating different parts of my life to keep things organized. I guess that's a better way for you to say it. So I can have my focus streamlined, so I know my exact destination on what I'm trying to do and accomplish day to day. Streamlining your focus, having a game plan. Like in another video that I stated, if you're knocked off your square or you're detracted from your plan, maybe you didn't have a plan. Because part of your plan is to know that you got to stay on task. If this is something that you really want to do, maybe you really didn't want to do it. And when something is yours and you're taking ownership of it, you think of better ways to do that. Streamlining your focus, the topic of today's video. Stay encouraged, avoid being discouraged. I'm Ayin. Y'all have a good one.